Welcome to the deep dive. We're getting into some source material you sent over today.
Hmm.
Specifically, we're looking at Essay 90. It's got this really striking title. You have to be kindest to yourself when it seems least deserved.
Yeah, it jumps right into a pretty common idea, doesn't it? This belief many of us have.
Which belief is that?
Well, the idea that being really, really critical of ourselves, sometimes even, cruel, that it's somehow a defense mechanism,
Right, like if I find all my flaws first, if I point them all out before anyone else can.
then maybe it won't hurt as much. Or maybe others won't attack you there. That kind of thinking.
Exactly, like we're building some kind of emotional armor by being our own harshest judge.
But the source material here argues pretty strongly that this whole approach is, well, fundamentally flawed. It doesn't actually protect you.
Okay, so why not? What does the source say happens instead?
It suggests that focusing so intensely on your own perceived imperfections doesn't build resilience. Instead, it kind of makes you believe you deserve judgment.
Ah, so you end up internalizing the very things you're afraid others will say.
Precisely. You basically confirm in your own mind that, yeah, those criticisms would be totally valid if someone else voiced them. Because you've already done it yourself.
Okay, I see. So rather than protecting us, it just reinforces this feeling of being flawed, of being worthy of criticism.
Mhm.
And the essay links this straight to seeking external validation, right? That need for others to give you permission to feel okay.
Yes, exactly. Basing your self-worth on, like, what other people value or how they happen to treat you on any given day.
How does the source describe that trap working?
Well, it points out that depending on others' views, especially the negative ones,
Yeah.
it often says more about their own stuff, their insecurities, their perspectives.
Right. Not necessarily anything objective about you.
And honestly, trying to get everyone to approve of you, it's a losing game. There are too many variables, too many different viewpoints out there.
That makes a lot of sense. If your internal state is riding on something so uh, unstable and external, you're kind of setting yourself up for a bumpy ride.
Definitely.
So what's the alternative then? What does this source suggest instead of this cycle of self-criticism and chasing approval?
The main shift, according to the source, is moving away from that shaky ground of other people's opinions and insecurities,
Okay.
and instead grounding your self-worth in your own genuine convictions. Like, what do you actually value? What do you believe deep down?
So developing an internal compass.
Yeah. And the source acknowledges this isn't like an overnight fix, but it frames cultivating that inner compass as the necessary path forward. It argues the real fight isn't against some inherent flaw in you, but often just the fear of being judged or hurt by others.
This is where I found it really powerful. When the source pivots from just stopping the external validation seeking to actively building something else.
You mean the part about healing and contentment?
Yes. It suggests the key is choosing to narrate your own life story, but from the perspective of someone who genuinely loves you.
Which ultimately has to be you.
Right.
And it asks this great question. Why do we instinctively give so much more weight to what other people think, even strangers sometimes, than to our own perspective?
Hmm.
There's this little anecdote in the source about feeling down about some creative work, and the first impulse is, I should text my friend, get some encouragement.
Yeah, I remember that part.
But then there's this click, this realization.
Mm.
Why wait? Why do I need their permission to feel okay about this, or their words to keep going? Why can't I be the one to offer that encouragement to myself?
That really lands that internal validation piece. It's not about ignoring feedback, maybe, but about recognizing that the primary source of belief that needs to come from within you.
Exactly. It's a shift in where you look for that fundamental strength and okayness.
So it's presented as a very conscious choice.
Very much so. Choosing your convictions, choosing to narrate your story with self-love, choosing to be that internal voice of encouragement, it's all framed as deliberate action.
And it extends to basic self-care too, right? Like seeking help, changing things, just ensuring you're meeting your own needs.
Absolutely. And crucially, the choice to consistently, gently remind yourself that, you know what, you are actually going to be okay.
And the reason why you'll be okay is key here too.
It's not because someone else finally says so or because circumstances magically align perfectly.
It's because okay is a place you find within yourself.
It ties right back to the start.
Yeah.
You stop needing external permission, slips their validation, their values, their kindness to feel worthy.
You locate that sense of being okay internally.
You find it, and then you learn to actually believe it for yourself. It's not granted, it's cultivated.
So thinking about the source, and for you listening, The essay kind of leaves us hanging with this powerful idea to chew on.
Yeah.
That finding that place where you are fundamentally okay. It isn't a gift someone else hands you, it's something you uncover inside and then practice believing in. So the question is, what does that mean for how you approach your own path?